Hey guys, my name is Angelica Pantigoso, and my final project focuses on how technology training and communication skills like elevator pitches and interviewing tips have really helped shape my personal and professional growth this semester. As someone who once struggled with confidence in group settings, this class really gave me the right tools and the mindset to grow as a leader and apply what I've learned in the real world, like HPSA and beyond. At the beginning of the semester, I'm not gonna lie, I would consider myself as somebody who was dependable and a good listener, but not necessarily as somebody who would speak up with confidence. I was often shy in meetings, especially when it came to sharing ideas or stepping into a leadership role. I had the passion, but I was hesitant. One of my biggest challenges was trusting my voice and believing that my contributions were valuable, which is honestly normal, especially as a young college student. We all tend to be shy in the beginning. I would rate my initial communication skills as average. I could get my point across, but I didn't always express myself clearly under pressure. Leadership wise, I tend to support others rather than lead the group myself. I was just always focused on helping build people up, but not really myself. I knew that if I wanted to grow professionally, especially as a business student and a future law school applicant, I needed to strengthen my presence, my confidence, and my communication skills. Throughout this course, it has really taught me a wide range of skills that were both eye-opening and practical. One of the most impactful topics for me was technology training. I know it's not really, to other people, it's not something that's super interesting, but for me, that was the most impactful and interesting experience that I've had, and really how businesses use those digital tools to develop their teams, how to enhance their performance. And I realized how powerful digital platforms like AI tools, ChatGPT, and all these virtual collaborations can be integrated with leadership development. I now see how it is to adapt to digital transformation in any career path. Like for me, I currently work at Papacitos Cantina, and it's a restaurant, so you don't really think that we would be training like with AI, but all of our training comes through us looking at an iPad and just learning new things, how to calm guests, what to do in certain situations, sexual harassment even, and alcohol training. And I think it's really interesting how we can put that into actually real world situations. Another favorite part was learning how to craft an elevator pitch and applying these interview strategies. These communication tools are very critical, not only for landing a job, but for making a strong impression in a professional situation. The structure, confidence, and clarity to go into good pitch were skills that I really have never mastered before. But we also covered tips like emotional intelligence, work-life balance, and how to lead teams effectively. What stood out to me was how leadership isn't just about directing others, but it's about being self-aware, managing stress, and supporting your team. I had a great opportunity to apply what I learned during our College 101 event at HPSA. We had multiple schools attending, and one school showed up unexpectedly, which meant we had to reorganize the itinerary on the spot. I stepped up to help my fellow officers stay calm and focused, but I also suggested changes, and I helped restructure the schedule, and I even volunteered to present something to help fill in the time. This was a turning point for me because in the past, I might have stayed quiet and waited for someone else to take the lead, but this time I acted quickly and used those communication skills that I've learned to guide others and contribute to keeping the event a success. I also used interviewing and elevator pitch strategies and networking events. Actually, this week, I had a networking event, went up to the attorney, and I spoke to him, and I did my whole little elevator pitch, and I'm hoping something comes out of that, but knowing what to say in that moment is really important. But throughout this course, I've developed new soft skills like adaptability, communication under pressure, and confidence in leadership. I've also shaped and sharpened my existing ones like teamwork and empathy, which now I understand are just important as technical skills. Serving as an outreach chair at HPSA, I've learned how to lead the meetings, how to organize initiatives, and communicate with both my team and other team members. These aren't just club responsibilities, they're real leadership experiences that will support me in any job or internship, especially as I prepare for law school. I now know how to pitch myself professionally and adapt to unexpected changes and leverage digital tools for collaboration and leadership. These are lifelong skills that I'll use in interviews, internships, and of course beyond. But looking back, I am really proud of how far I've become. This course has really pushed me out of my comfort zone and helped me to discover the kind of leader that I can become. I've transformed from somebody who didn't speak out, who is afraid to share their ideas, but now I feel like I'm able to be that person to stand up for myself, put my foot down, share my ideas. And it's all thanks to this class, because I haven't really had a class that would have us share every week in a discussion post about how we're feeling, how we're doing in this class. And I feel like that's really important, especially as college students. Some professors tend to forget the load work that we have. But with that being said, the mix of technology training and soft skills development made this class not just informative, but transformational. And as I move forward in my professional journey, I know these lessons will stay with me every step of the way. Thank you.